lost the first game in all 4 of them. And then in 3 of the 4, he came back to win against these super high-powered Zergs. Zergs like Life and Leenock. Like, we're not talking about average Joes. These are the top of the top.
All right, we are now loaded into the first map between these two players. And up here to the top left of Akelon Waste, playing for Team Evil Geniuses. Make some noise for JYP.
And lower right-hand side, from Sweden, it is your hero, Alliance's Naniwa. I was laughing, Apollo, because this game heart, beautiful, beautiful overlay. I was playing ladder earlier, and I actually hit Hero. He was warming up, playing Zerg. But I changed the colors to green. Now, in the game hard overlay, both players are yellow as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I'll let you know that JYP is red.
Yeah, that's
Naniwa
great.
is blue.
That's great for you. Now look
yeah,
at
it's
my
great
vision.
for me. You can look at this big screen in front of me.
I guess I'll have to do that, and then I'll squint.
All right,
we've 3 feet in front of me.
We've already had one game-changing move from Naniwa here. He's gone for a 12 gateway over the regular 13, which we see from JYP. So JYP's gateway is a little bit later. He also is scouting inside his main base to see if Naniwa's decided to try anything a little bit risky with any form of gateways on the other side of the map. But talk to us about the difference between a 12 gate, which Naniwa's gone for, and the 13. Where is this really leading, or what potentially could we see out from Naniwa with this decision?
Well, Sean, the difference between 12 and 13
is 1.
It's like 17.5 minerals difference, and I mean, to be honest with you, the 13 gateway suggests that he's not going to be going for the razor sharp, super fast timing attacks, like the absolute fastest Twilight Council DT type of thing, or the absolute fastest Stargate. It's more than likely going to be, he's looking to 1 gate expand, but as I say that, to be brutally honest with you, you still can do everything I just described. It's just going to be slightly slower, so it's really not that big of a deal.
Well, the Cybernetics core is faster, which means any form of tech, if it's just simply the Warp Gate research, or if it's a Stargate, Robotics Facility, Twilight Council, all of the options he has are going to be faster than JYP. Naniwa has not scouted in this matchup. He's kept all of the minerals that a probe who would be out scouting could, of course, be mining back at home. He's got all, and everything is working nice and fast and nice and clean for him. A Zealot has been made, and a Chrono boosted out Stalker here, which is waypointed left. And the Zealot will find the probe, and even picks up a probe kill there.
Really
and that is not
done.
something you see very often.
No, it's very well done. Takes control. Obviously, you have to be picking up on that right away. And a lot of times at Zealot, just kind of waypointed out there. It's just kind of an afterthought. You're going to check to see if there's anything weird going on. But we do have a Stargate here, actually. Everyone keeps touching my face.
Yeah, I don't think your microphone's working too well.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Stargate has been thrown down here for JYP inside the main base. But on the other side, we see Naniwa with the Twilight Council. He's used these early Stalkers to look around outside anywhere in case there's anything proxied. I hope you can speak to me. You want to give me a test?
Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear him now? You can hear him now. Okay, great.
I'm
Everyone
here,
can hear you
guys.
now. So we have a Stargate, sorry, and then we have a Twilight Council on the side. We have an Oracle being built for JYP. And Naniwa's got the double gateways coming down here. I'm quite sure we're going to be seeing Blink from this.
Yeah. The big danger about the Oracle and what makes it such a scary asset to these games is that it could get intercepted and not do much.
Yeah.
The player could be playing defensive and not do much, or he could be out on the map with everything, and it just ends the game. So that's the big danger here. Now you can see that Naniwa's going to push up this ramp. He's got the bigger force. Does this make him feel weird, though? And actually, with the probes being pulled, looks like Naniwa could get himself a Mothership Core. Time Stop does go down first. And it looks like JYP's in a lot of trouble early on, but that Oracle's going across the map for some revenge.
Oh, is he going to lose the tire? Oh, that Mothership Core actually escapes there. Zealot and Stalker still alive, but Naniwa does see the Stargate. The Oracle is already on the other side of the map. There is a Chrono Booster Stalker being out. There's no defense here. This Oracle's going to do a lot of damage, and Naniwa is caught here, and the probes have to be evacuated. JYP manages to get that in there, and Naniwa is taking damage, and he knows it. He feels it.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. He skipped the Mothership Core just to get out just a few extra Stalkers, I do believe, but so many probes going down. He's down to 15 versus 25. He gets the Stalkers into his opponent's base early, and it was looking bad for JYP, but this return has lopsided this match. JYP is in huge favor here now.
25 probes to 16. A big difference between these two players. Supply 40, 28.
Well, Sean, the big thing here, too, is that Oracle's still out there.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do a Blink Stalker timing attack where you take 2 Stalkers and leave him back? He doesn't have a Mothership Core, so he's not gaining energy on a Photon Overcharge. This is... Naniwa's pinned. He's pinned by 1 unit, the Oracle. So
does this now mean that he has to expand from this location if he can't go and attack in threat of his mineral line being compromised?
But he is going to leave 2 Stalkers.
So he's going to move out with these Stalkers. A Void Ray has been made. Naniwa's got an aggressive pylon on the other side. There aren't too many units here for JYP, but with his 2nd and 3rd gateway finishing up and being turned into warp gates, will he have enough to defend against these Blink Stalkers?
He might have a Photon Overcharge as well, which will just buy him all the time in the world. This Robo then could complete, and he'll get for himself an Immortal, which, of course, we're not going to see, you know, a huge force of Stalkers out from Naniwa. When I say huge, I mean what he potentially could do. He's up to 8 right now, which is very dangerous, but his economy has been stymied to a point where this is the best he can do. He's going to push forward now, and it's all about JYP's defense.
He's not ready. Not quite enough energy on that, but it will be soon. Naniwa is going to poke forwards.
But the Motion Course did play off. It just gets the Photon Overcharge off. I mean, literally with its last dying breath. Holy crap. And that's going to buy him a lot of time as that Immortal is queued up. He's just got the 1 Void Ray, but a Void Ray powered up with an Immortal, that is a potent anti-armor force. And again, keep in mind, Naniwa has 3 Stalkers at home because he needs to defend against that that Oracle.
Yeah. Well, he's going to target down this pylon. Doesn't want to take any Stalker losses here. Should be able to blink down. Does pick off a pylon. Every little bit helps here for Naniwa trying to crawl himself back in. But JYP has a pylon, or at least 3 Zealots somewhere. They've made their way into this main base. 3 Stalkers. Where's that Oracle I'm worried about? Here it does come in. Naniwa's going to have to focus the Oracle because the Oracle's going to go for the probes, and it's going to bring down quite a few of them. And then the Zealots on top of it. Naniwa's taken a lot of damage, down to 14 probes. Excellent counterplay by JYP, realizing that Naniwa has his Stalkers on the other side.
They got a commercial for the most interesting man in the world, and right now JYP is making a bid for the most hated man in the world. He's taking down Naniwa like a surgeon. These Blink Stalkers getting some damage, and though the Zealot's peeling off the shields of that Immortal, actually Naniwa could have some return. But now that Void Ray's packing so much heat, and another Immortal walks out. Naniwa's heart has sunk to a new low because he's feeling the burn. Harvester count 15 versus 26. He's got Blink Stalkers, but there's not much more he can do about it as he's spending money replenishing his lost Harvesters.
And now another Mothership Core, another Immortal. It looks like Naniwa really cannot break this. When that second Immortal joins the already one that's out, and then a Void Ray on top, it's almost like it's impossible for him to break JYP anymore. Surely, if he cannot break JYP anymore, he would have to fall back on an expansion.
A little bit of a almost awkward engagement there, actually. Naniwa has, I mean, he's just a couple Stalkers short from perhaps being able to pounce on that, but now there's a second Immortal. That would be a really tough situation.
And a 3rd one on its way as well.
JYP's got to be careful, though. He's moving out right now. I mean, this is what makes JYP such a volatile player. Like, he's got this huge econ lead, but his thought process is, let's go attack. Instead of expanding and just and attacking your ears with sound. I mean, this 3rd Immortal coming out is, again, it's going to pack so much punch. But if he moves out on the map and the Blink Stalkers just counterattack, this game that JYP's way ahead in becomes weird. It becomes a game he could lose.
All right, well, Stalkers are going to keep JYP inside his main base for a little bit longer here. Another Oracle is being made, by the way, so another counterattack is being set up as there is nothing at home for Naniwa at this current moment. He's warping in all his units aggressively. Just warped in a sentry, bear in mind there. Does have a force field to use. Where is he going to put it?
Well, he's thinking about pinning him up above the ramp, but JYP is not going to oblige. And it looks like Naniwa's going to take a fight here that's really strange to me. There's a lot of anti-armor up there. Void Ray fully charged. Immortals doing what they do best. And without picking off that 3rd Immortal, that army is going to remain the powerhouse. So I feel like Naniwa challenging the army right there made a huge mistake. And now with this Oracle going across the map, I believe Naniwa's about to go into game number 2. Trailing 0-1.
Well, it looks like he's trying to get an expansion down, but with this Oracle coming in once again here for Naniwa, he's going to start losing units. Does warp in 2 Stalkers. The other ones are going to blink back here.
He's going to pick it off, maybe.
To pick it off.
Nope. Already used up his blink. There it is.
It is going to get away there.
Too fast.
19 probes to 29. 3 Immortals, a Void Ray. A Time Warp, I'd imagine, will be ready very, very soon. This is a very strong army for JYP. He doesn't necessarily need to attack. He can fall back and expand himself. He may decide to go and attack, expecting Naniwa to take an expansion himself. Either way, JYP is in the driving seat and pretty much has been since that first Oracle entered and gone into Naniwa's mineral line.
And Naniwa, or excuse me, JYP does expand, and this Oracle's going to spot at the natural that there is in fact no expansion for Naniwa. So if there ever was a question of who's ahead economically, which would be a weird question, but still I guess one nonetheless that could exist, JYP does now answer that he is fine. And, oh, he's trying to intercept this Oracle. Nice little play, but he's got to be careful because there's actually a lurking JYP out there.
Uh-oh. That's a scary force that JYP has.
I mean, and what a tough situation for Naniwa. Naniwa's going to go, I mean, when you're behind, you know, Dark, he's just going to go for it. And I love that call. I mean, what does he have to lose? This is a game that he should lose. But if he can do something magical with DTs and, you know, pick off the detection of JYP, who knows?
Yeah, it's almost an impossible thought here for Naniwa. As JYP comes into the main base, he has a almost unstoppable force at this point. 4 Immortals, a Void Ray, a Time Warp. He can take a fight whenever he dare chooses. Naniwa is going to try and defend, but this is almost an impossible fight for Naniwa to actually win. And JYP from the get-go has really been controlling this game and is looking like he will be able to take map number away from Naniwa, and it will set Naniwa back once again, like before against Leenock, losing game number 1, a major supply disadvantage for Naniwa. 30 supply difference between the two of them.
He's got 4 Immortals there, man. Like the 4 Immortals by themselves could almost do this. Almost. They couldn't, but almost. And JYP is now joining up with a 5th Immortal. He's sitting at the top of this ramp. He's got a pylon, so he's just resupplying. Picked off a couple of gateways, by the way, which, I mean, it's funny. Nano's going to fight this out, but he's just completely dead. Mothership Core's going to walk forward. Should get picked off. There it is. G is called out, and JYP takes the first game for playing Stalkers. It doesn't scream Stargate because you're not, you know, close by air or something crazy like that, but you can do Stargate. So as far as PvP maps do go, this is a pretty good one, and oh my god. Let's go ahead and introduce the players. Made out of solid cheddar, coming from Wisconsin, it is the cheesy of cheese, Evil Geniuses JYP. He's gonna put it on the line.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Comes down to this, trailing 0-1. Sweden's proud player in the last foreigner. It is Alliance Naniwa. And hold your breath, because this is going to be the Proxy Stalker variant of Proxy Gateways. It should not be Zealots. That would be absolutely terrible. But Naniwa last game did check for proxies, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did, but it was with his fast units that he got out, not with an early probe.
Not with the
probe. He went for that fast 12 gateway, and
well,
then
that doesn't really count,
out units.
to be honest with you.
Naniwa, mostly in his PvPs, and mostly, I mean, generally in his games, doesn't really scan out very often. He doesn't decide to go check with his first probe that builds the gateway here. Is he going to have some star sense to be able to go for this? JYP, a killer move here, could end the dreams of Naniwa quite early on.
It ain't just his dreams that he ended,
I was trying not to refer to the thousands of other dreams that may be shattered too.
Well, it's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Naniwa did go with a 12 gateway, so Sean, one game before, asked me what's the difference. Not really the biggest of deals, but if you're facing proxy gates, you absolutely want to be going 12 gate. If you go 13 gate, that's one more step in the, you know, towards the light. You're walking towards the end of your life here.
Well, if he plays it out the same, where he was actually chrono boosting out the Stalkers as fast as, I mean, as soon as he could, and builds his out chrono boost the Stalkers, it's not the worst case. A lot of players, Protoss players, take double gases, don't get the Zealot. In this case, he isn't, okay, he is getting the Zealot. They get a second gateway, they really delay units that can protect him here. And we'll see. This, you know, it's not the worst case scenario for Naniwa. It definitely could have been worse.
It could be worse.
But let's have a look. His chrono boost has been saved up now, Jeff. It's at 30, and you know, if we do repeat ourselves back to game number 1, he's going to be chrono boosting out this Stalker.
God, JYP is such a weird guy. Like, these 2 Zealots are supposed to do a lot of damage, and certainly they could. But Naniwa can just evade. If he goes Mothership Core first here, especially, he'll be in great shape. The Cybernetic score for JYP.
Look at that. He's chrono boosting the Stalker. He's got 1 Zealot versus 1 Zealot. He's chrono boosting the Stalker out. He sees the 2 Zealots now, and let's have a look at this. The Zealot sees it, and now he knows exactly what he's playing up against. He does not want to take probe damage here. Tries to make a wall.
It's all about that. It's all about that. He's got a Stalker coming out. He has the better force. He has the better economy. He has the faster
He's keeping the Zealots out of the mineral line at the moment with that Stalker. Excellent hold position there, just making sure they don't get to that. The Stalker is now out, but the other Zealot has got to the mineral line. Does not want to lose a lot of probes here. He's already starting to lose a couple, but how many does he really lose? Look at the probe difference. 19 to 19, 18. He's dropped down 1, and he does successfully push back 2 of the Zealots. Naniwa's build offers him the opportunity to push this back. There is another one.
Yeah.
And how many more is he going to lose?
I'm just going to be honest with you, this is just a really weird build by JYP. JYP gets himself a 1 probe advantage here, but it's weird to even say that.
Great control by Naniwa. Look at that. Hardly losing anything. Only 2 probes down to this.
That is a pylon, by the way. That's JYP's pylon in there. What's kind of cute about that is it looks really dumb, but what the idea here is that unless he target fires with the Stalker, it'll actually shoot the pylon as the Zealot wanders outside range of the Stalker. So it's a really cute little move.
But look at the difference. So let's kind of look at the conclusion of after this attack, what is the difference? There's a pylon over there that's going to get taken down. There's a gateway, which isn't obviously in JYP's base. Warp Gate research is massively ahead of time here for Naniwa. And he simply has a supply advantage. He's got an advantage in this game overall. He's got his Mothership core out. But how does he seal the deal? He's thrown the Stargate down back at home. I'm supposing that's going to be for an Oracle here to go for lots of pressure towards JYP. But Naniwa looks like, just like last night against Leenock, could be equalizing this up unless JYP pulls something special. And look at that.
He's going for it. This guy JYP, man, he's balls to the wall trying to win, as he should. He's going to spot a proxy pylon out in the map, and this actually should tell him that there's aggression coming his way. But that Stargate is a beautiful call by Naniwa, because basically if he goes straight Phoenix, there's just about nothing JYP can do. That proxy Stargate would put huge liability on him. There's no photon overcharge. He's got about 10 more energy. That is an Artosis pylon. Congratulations on being married Artosis. And it could get picked off, depowering 2 of his gateways if he's not too careful.
Congratulations on the Hearthstone win, Artosis. So the pylon here is being replaced by another one here. But the Stalker goes down, and Naniwa does pick up that Stalker. Photon overcharge is activated. Gateway's back online over the other side. Oracle is on its way out, and it's Oracle versus Oracle. Naniwa does have 2 gateways where he can warp in maybe if he has the cooldown available. He's actually always cancelled the Oracle for a Void Ray.
JYP, by the way, has repowered his gateway, as funny as that is. So he's actually up to 4 gateways.
He's building a Void Ray here. And that's actually going to help out against the Oracle. I mean, let's have a look at the timings when that Oracle gets there. Oh, Naniwa with a probe movement actually finds the Stargate. Excellent scouting there. And now we'll know exactly what's going on. His units got to be raced home. He's got to warp in units. How much damage with this Oracle doing after that brilliant scout there? And a Void Ray actually cancelled, and now Phoenix is. Oh, the Void Ray's out, sorry, excuse me. He's not going to take any damage here.
Well, the Void Ray, I mean, what's going to happen is JYP is going to challenge the front lines over here. You can see he's warping in outside of Naniwa's base. And Naniwa's kind of stuck inside his base. He's switched up to Phoenix, which is a great call. The Phoenix really shuts down the Oracle, especially if he hunts for it. And JYP's going to show off this Oracle. So Naniwa could have a beautiful defense. Yep, there's the Phoenix. And he says, I'm fine with that. I'll trade 1 probe for an Oracle any day of the week. And JYP's going to pull back. It looks like he's going to cease the aggression for now. There's the Twilight Council being
he's got a long way to go before he gets up towards a DT here to try to defend this, because Naniwa's just getting ready to go and finish this game off. He's going to be moving across the map very shortly. He's already got a probe and pylon a little bit just south of this. The Stalkers aren't going to find it.
He was hunting, looking around for perhaps a probe and a pylon, but he does not spot Naniwa's proxy pylon. This is the basis for Naniwa wanting to be aggressive. So, does JYP make a Dark Shrine, or does he go for Blink? I'm going to aim towards Blink. Let's see, though. Let's see. Is he actually going to go Proxy Gateway into Proxy Stargate into DT? No, it's going to be Blink. Okay. I think if he did DT, the people would actually rise up as one, overcome his booth, and just consume him.
But it's a long way until he gets Blink, and he doesn't even have that many Stalkers either. And Naniwa, with his aggressive pylon on the other side of the map, is going to start to march towards the base of the Korean, towards the base of JYP, with a couple of Phoenixes able to provide a couple of lift-ups on the Stalkers that are already present. Naniwa is coming for the win. He's coming to equalize this series up. An Oracle being built at home, well, why not? But here comes Naniwa, and this should be a victory for the Swedish player if he just nails this. And in come the Phoenixes, up come the ramp, up come the army of Naniwa. And here we go. He is going to get pushed back by the Photon Overcharge.
Naniwa with a beautiful defense has pushed back. I would say he's the player with the advantage now. Blink is a nice upgrade, but we already have the tools of trade to deal with that. Void Ray, very good against those Stalkers. Phoenix can pick up a couple of them, and if they get focused down, that's fire otherwise spent on the DPS units. Naniwa's going to back away, though. He says, okay, you haven't expanded. I think he spotted the Twilight Council, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he did. So he says, I know what tech you're doing. Your Stargate's gone. I am just going to go home with a stronger army, make a couple of Void Rays, and expand and have the better economy.
You think he didn't want to kill his opponent because of the threat of DTs there? If there was a pylon somewhere, he couldn't be able to defend at home and therefore couldn't maybe defend his actual army. With a couple of Phoenixes and Oracles, he could deal critical damage to the economy while defending and expanding, being safe against DTs.
Possibly. The reason I don't think that might be true, or he's just checking back on the timing, is that this Oracle, his only source of detection, is about to just tear up JYP's mineral line. He is building a Robo. Well, it's Immortal first. No, I guess he doesn't assume that, but here we go. And JYP, I mean, what is he going to do? Recall back? He can't. He doesn't even have the energy for it. He's all in. Naniwa would have to, I mean, it's reverse situation. Remember how we talked about how JYP couldn't lose the last game? Good luck having Naniwa lose this game.
Yeah, this is almost certainly going to be the Swedish player's game here. Void Rays and Immortal on the way. He's buying time to get out that Immortal to make sure he doesn't die versus the Stalkers. He's destroyed his opponent's economy. 7 probes. JYP just has to really go for it now. He's got to go for it. There's nothing else to do in this game for him. Time Warp's activated. Is he going to blink up? Yes, he is. And Naniwa is going to charge up his Void Rays. GG is called.
He's had nerve issues in the past. Pro League was a place where he's come out a couple times in ace matches or against big opponents, and he's definitely spoken afterwards that he didn't play up to snuff because he felt a little bit nervous. I'd like to see him go back to his good old-fashioned blink play. He actually has some of the best blink micro you could ever see, and I'm not just saying that. He literally is one of the better ones. I feel like that's his bread and butter, and that's where he's got his best chance to win.
All right. We're in game number 3, playing for Team Evil Geniuses as the red Protoss player on Frost. It's JYP.
And his opponent coming through in the clutch with a sick defense. It is Alliance Naniwa. Sweden, you guys are awesome. For those of you online, excuse me, it's hard to describe, but they are, their love for this guy is palpable. They want him to win so bad. So it's kind of hard on us because we're like, we have to try to be unbiased, but both these guys are paid off by my CEO, so I can't, you know what I mean? And I just have to try to hide it as much as I can.
Try to hide it. Keep it hidden away. And for any of you watching online, thank you for joining as well. Maybe through the awesome noises and the experience that you are having, you might decide to come next year for the DreamHack Open and come join us live from these events. I think it's definitely worth it and something to consider for 2014.
Ran into a guy from America who came here. I ran into a couple from Dublin, Ireland, traveled all the way over here. Said, you guys came all the way over here? And they said, yeah, it's shit. So figured we'd just come here and watch. And that's the kind of resolve that I feel like an Irishman and woman should have.
Yes, they should. And if this wasn't a dry land, they'd be drinking Guinness while watching these games, like I would. Okay, both of these players now have opened up with pretty much identical builds so far. 13 gateway, double gases at the exact same time. The difference between the both of them is that JYP has sent out a probe.
Yeah.
Is this to scout? Is it to place a pylon out in the middle of the map for a bit of a gamble where he doesn't really know Naniwa is?
I was doing the O's as you were starting to say that because it was looking like it might go to the middle of the map and we could get that proxy Stargate. But as it is, now he's just going to scout the close spawn. And at least for now, we could see what JYP does outside of the first 5 minutes and builds mostly inside of his base. Well, and on the flip side, Naniwa is at 3 probes on each gas, so we could probably just see a Stargate opening from him as well, or maybe a Blink.
No Zealot, no second gateway, just immediate tech here, and it's going to be a Twilight Council straight away. Mothership Core being credit boosted out. The big thing is though, the Mothership Core's on its way out, but does it have enough firepower to push back the probe from getting the information of the Twilight Council here? Where is the Mothership Core going to be when that probe enters the ramp?
It's a great question, and I'll tell you what, if it's going to park at the top of the ramp right here, which screams Dark Shrine. Not necessarily to JYP, but to me. Now he's going to control this. It's really important. Okay. Probe does get away, but it's been deflected. It's not going to scout. And, I mean, this is most certainly a Dark Shrine opening, by the way. Naniwa's looking at the first 2 games and saying, you skipped detection twice. I mean, yeah, you had an Oracle, but that's not a super reliable form of detection, especially if you proxy it.
All right, great call here. In control. Does he have a probe out on the map already?
No.
No, he does not. So right now, there is no place for this DT to come from apart from the main base of Naniwa, but a Stargate has been built for JYP.
Oh, and I mean, Here, let me clarify. I said an Oracle is not reliable detection. What I mean by that is a lot of times it could be across the map, and all of a sudden a DT shows up in your main.
The Mothership Core has pushed back that probe, and Naniwa has snuck out with a probe. It should try to go left of the Xel'Naga tower here, so it isn't detected. And it is not detected, and JYP has no idea. Naniwa has successfully escaped with a probe. He will be building a pylon, and he will be launching that DT from wherever that probe decides to build it. But in the meanwhile, there are 2 Stalkers and a Zealot that are on the front door. There is a Photon Overcharge to keep Naniwa at bay. I mean, keep JYP at bay for now.
No Sentry, 1 Stalker. This should reek to JYP. He should show up, look at this, and say, wait a second. Where is anything? And if he thinks it's Stargate, nope, he's going with the Oracle here.
But I think one thing we have to
very
keep in
patient about
consideration is Naniwa has no idea where JYP is. He doesn't know if he's top right or bottom right. He hasn't scouted, remember.
That's actually an interesting point. Very interesting.
All right, well, Naniwa's built the pylon up north. The Dark Shrine is finished. Photon Overcharge is activated here for Naniwa.
Robo goes down. Is this
going to pay off? Yeah, Robo down for JYP.
Oh, my God. Does Naniwa just guess top left, or does he go top right? I mean, okay, this Oracle's going to be just outside of vision. It could have given it up. Naniwa is going to scout. There's the first DT. It's going to the wrong base.
Oh.
And it's going to, well, it sees the Oracle, which is kind of
JYP
adorable.
wouldn't have seen that. Unless he was watching the Oracle, he wouldn't have seen it. But, you know, Naniwa's had to gamble. He's going bottom right instead of top left. And JYP's really ramping up the pressure now. He's got 3 Zealots. Time Warp is down. There's hardly anything here. And remember that Time Warp is, Time Warp, Photon Overcharge is going to expire soon. And now the Oracle as well. Naniwa's in trouble here. A DT is there with his army, but that Oracle is into the probe line. And the Dark Templar is bottom right. It's trying to get to the top right. Naniwa is dying at this moment. He's dropping half the supply of JYP. There is
an
one
observer's coming out. There's an Oracle inside the main for JYP as well. He's got
this is
detection
JYP's
up the
Reddit.
wazoo.
And Naniwa's gamble isn't going to pay off. I can see him in the booth already. He's starting to realize he's down 15, 16 probes to 28. And the Mothership Core is just happily killing probes inside the main base. This has been spotted. This has been scouted. Naniwa is in so much trouble. This is almost game ending for him.
But you say almost, but we're actually watching a Mothership Core kill Naniwa at this moment in time. Here comes the 1 Stalker that will close it out. 28 Harvesters to 11. Naniwa is sucking in his final breaths at DreamHack. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, JYP played his heart out. He toppled Jaedong yesterday, and today he sat down with one of, if not the best
GG.
foreigner,
and JYP takes out Naniwa. He's taken out Jaedong yesterday, and JYP will move on.